It's me again, y'all. Welcome back. This getting pretty fun. I don't know how y'all feel, but this fun for me, right? It's fun for me. Welcome back to another installment, an extension, if you will, of G&C Sports Talk, where we do it for the culture, by the culture, because we are the culture. You did. Number one sports podcast. Why? Because our mama said so. Welcome back, y'all. Give yourself a round of applause. If you ain't sick of me yet, just wait. No, but seriously, though, thank y'all for tuning in, joining in. This right here is the G Factor Countdown. Honestly, this is a take on giving y'all a real gut punching insight on what happened weekly in this sports media cycle that we got going on, and doing my best to deliver past, present, and future, if you will. Mainly past and present. We'll get to the future soon enough. But yes, without further ado, once again, this is the G Factor Countdown. I give you from 5 to 1 my unique way of delivering as much content as I can in as little time as possible. And we will start off with, soon as I get all this going, can't wait to get buttons, y'all. Can't wait to get buttons. We'll get this started off as I know we can, as I know we should. This will be more consistent going forward for sure. Just trying to get everything ready for y'all. Y'all just don't know. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and start it. 5 headlines I am going to deliver to you today. 5 headlines that happened this past week. Jimmy Butler, Anthony Davis, Luka Dončić. They were the headlines in this media crazy frenzy of the NBA trade deadline that took place this past week. It's been a week, starting from last Saturday to this Saturday. Those are some of the ones that headlined it. Very many more to go. Possibly gonna get my brother on here to explain some of the things so he can go a bit further than I can, because basketball is his area subject of expertise. He's a savant in football, though, just like your boy, and vice versa. Savant in football and basketball, but I defer to him sometimes because he's more in depth with it. But yes, that's what we have for you first. Jimmy Butler, Anthony Davis, Luka Dončić are the main headliners that with the trades that took place. Jackson State, sorry, did that incorrectly. Grambling State and Jackson State will be playing in Vegas October 25th. That is 4 days after our pop's birthday. We might have to pop out. I'm excited about that. Number 3, in the 5 headlines that you should know. Number 3, Josh Allen won his first MVP. Saquon Barkley, Offensive Player of the Year. Also, Lamar Jackson, first team All-Pro, whatever. Anyway, the most important thing there is Josh Allen won his MVP, much deserved, crazy season. It's arguable whether he is better than what Lamar Jackson season had produced. But I'm not upset. I'm not upset at all. An interesting headline that I found out. This is my 4th one I'm going to deliver to you. An interesting headline that I saw that I read. Noah Lee, 21, is a student at UMass, participated in the half-court competition of 4. You got to do 4 things: a layup, a free throw, a three-pointer, and a half-court shot. Due to a technicality, he wasn't going to get his money at first, y'all. It was $10,000. Thanks to the athletic department, though, that jumped in and decided not to say, hey, your foot was on the line, you don't get this $10,000 at the half-court line. They went ahead and jumped in and rewarded him with his $10,000. I thought that's interesting that the promotion didn't want to honor it because of a small technicality. Maybe we can talk about that on the next week's show. Yeah, we'll see. But I thought that was interesting. And last but not least, as far as to wrap up the headlines, Antonio Gates, Jared Allen, Eric Allen, and Sterling Sharp headlined the 2025 Pro Football Hall of Fame. Congratulations to all of them. Again, this is something we'll talk about on our next show, about the person that everybody had on who didn't get in on the first ballot Hall of Famers. But shout out to the guys that did. Huge Antonio Gates fan. This was before tight ends became popular like they are. Sterling Sharp, shout out to you, HBCU, brother Shannon Sharp. Shout out to you, brother. And everybody else, Jared Allen, Eric Allen, shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. That is it for the headlines. 4 quotes that I have for you. 4 quotes that I have for you right here. 4 quotes. Champions keep playing. Billie Jean King, famous tennis player. You miss 100 shots. Oh, you miss 100 of the shots. You miss 100% of the shots. There we go. I'm tongue-tied, y'all. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. That is from Wayne Gretzky. You can't beat a person who never gives up. That's from Babe Ruth. And age is no barrier from Jackie Joyner Kersee. Love, love, love her. Huge fan. Always have loved everything she stands for. Shout out to you, Jackie. All right. Next we have up for you 3 things you should know. 3 things you should know from this week. Jake Paul versus Canelo Alvarez is scheduled / on track for May 3rd. That will be taking place in Dallas, Texas. Ben Simmons is meeting with teams. These are the teams that we know thus far. The Cavs, the Clippers, and the Rockets as he works towards getting a buyout from the Nets. We shall see what this does for the Nets because they have been kind of bogged down by this person / contract / situation. I know it'll be good for the Nets. We'll see what it is for Ben Simmons. Again, that's another show for another day on what we truly think about that, but that is very, very interesting. Last but not least, 3 things you should know. Shohei Ohtani's translator, Mitsuhara, will be sentenced to 57 months, almost 5 years in prison for stealing $17+ million, allegedly, for the crime. Wow. That's all I can say. All right. We're getting this rounded out, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I'm not gonna keep y'all alone. This is something that I spend a little bit of time on, but definitely want to make sure I just hit you with it real quick. Anyway, next thing, 2 impactful players. These are 2 impactful players, people, things, events, whatever it may be that have shaped what we know as a sports world, maybe even some topics of as far as what shaped the world in general, given from my perspective, of course. First up, somebody very important to baseball, to what is factual, right? Moses Fleetwood Walker, if you watched us over these past, it'll be 6 years next Thursday on February 13th. Moses Fleetwood Walker, or Fleetwood Walker, was the first African-American to integrate baseball, to break the color barrier, not Jackie Robinson. In 1884 with the Toledo Blue Stockings, he was a catcher, and y'all, back then, he caught the ball with his bare hand, fastballs with his bare hand. Moses Fleetwood Walker, first person to integrate the color barrier and cross over into baseball. And here's the other unique thing. Jackie Robinson wasn't the second person that integrated or crossed the color line barrier for baseball. Fleetwood Walker, Moses Fleetwood Walker's brother, was the second. So Jackie is technically the third. We in Black History Month, so I thought y'all should know that. Shout out to $40 Million Slave. Tremendous book. Bill Rhoden. I love it. I one day. We're going to talk about that. Anyway, second impactful person that I have for you right now. Jack Johnson, a.k.a. the Galveston Giant, a.k.a. Black Jack Johnson. First Black world heavyweight champion in boxing, 1910. He went 45 rounds. 45 rounds. Crazy. With 45 rounds, he inspired so many in the African-American community. Really trendsetted some things, but he's the first of his kind. He was also known for being a defensive boxer, letting you tire yourself out so that you are able to really feel the brunt of who he was. Shout out to you, Black Jack Johnson, the Galveston Giant. Your name, Jack Johnson. First Black heavyweight, world heavyweight champ. 45 rounds is crazy, y'all. 45 rounds is crazy. All right, last but certainly not least, I'll leave you with one factoid, one fact that I believe. The Eagles can win the Super Bowl versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm rooting for the Philadelphia Eagles. They can win the Super Bowl if they don't forget who they are. Shout out to the Lion King. When Mufasa was talking to Simba, remember who you are. If you know me, if I told you that story, you know how big and deep of a meaning it is for me. Anyway, there you go right there. I have given you the G Factor countdown for this week. 5 headlines, 4 quotes, 3 things you should know, 2 impactful people, and 1 fact that I believe. I want to thank you so very much. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's a pleasure always. I really do appreciate it. We try and do something different, something that ain't never been done before, that we've seen, right? So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Once again, this is G Factor Countdown. I appreciate y'all so much. Woo! Got it in. Almost made the 10-minute mark. We getting there. Once again, this is GNC Sports Talk. I am Gary, one half of the dynamic duo. Once again, GNC Sports Talk, where we do it for the culture, by the culture, because we are the culture. #1 sports podcast. Why? Because our mama said so. Love y'all. Take it easy.